928 Productions presents Captain America the Star-Spangled Man, Season 1, Episode 4, The Wrath of the Red Skull.
We begin today's story in the deep forest, where a Hydra weapons factory lies hidden from all Allied eyes. Inside, a small battalion of Hydra goons nervously waits for the Star-Spangled Man.
I've heard he has already taken out 3 outposts this month.
Wolfgang told me he's a one-man army corps. No matter what we throw at him, he just keeps going. Nothing we can do can even grace him.
The worst part of it is that you can always see him coming. The red and blue is not a warning, it is a promise that you are in for a severe beating.
They did not prepare us for a soldier like that. I have had nightmares of facing the one in that dreaded mask.
Wait, mask?
Of course. We're talking about Bucky, right?
Silence, Dummkopfs! We have nothing to fear of either Captain America or Bucky. We are Hydra. We are ordained by the Führer to conquer the world in his image. We will be guided by the skull to glorious victory. You hear? Now, give us a Hail Hydra!
Hail Hydra!
Better! Now, in a matter of moments, Captain America will burst through that door. Prepare to fire at my order!
The sounds of battle get closer to the door while the men stand on edge, until the door breaks down.
There he is! It's Captain America! Fire!
Instead of Captain America, his faithful sidekick, the young, bombastic Bucky Barnes, bursts through the door wearing a blue jumpsuit, red tights, and a domino mask.
Close, but no cigar.
As Bucky exclaims, he kicks the lead goon over the head, knocking him swiftly to the ground with a thud.
Gotcha.
Ah, he is just a kid! Get him!
I'll have you know that I'm 15 years old, Ratsy. Basically an adult.
As the man swung at the boy's face, Barnes deftly dodged him and swept his legs, sending the man crashing to the floor.
You really thought you had me. Usual Hydra morons.
Behind Bucky, another Nazi stands up and raises a rifle behind Barnes. But in his nerves, the rattling of the gun in his shaking hands alerted Bucky, and he managed to dodge him, quickly dropping down and sweeping the leg. Hearing the gunfire, Captain America burst through another door to help his young ward.
9! Please, have mercy!
Not a chance in HE double hockey sticks, Ratsy.
Bucky then took the gun and pistol whipped the final goon across the head, knocking the fearful fascist out cold.
Bucky! I told you not to split off on your own. You can get yourself killed. Also, language.
But Cap, look, I got them all.
That doesn't matter. Your life does, Bucky.
Hey, give me some credit. I can handle myself in a fight.
As the boy finished his sentence, one of the goons reared his ugly mug. Bucky swiftly kicked him in the teeth to punctuate his point.
I get the point, Bucky. But remember, you're still 15. You have your entire life ahead of you. Don't recklessly endanger it just because you can.
I get it. Okay, let's go kick some Nazi butt.
Captain America and Bucky ran fearlessly out into the field of battle, side by side. Meanwhile, in the snowy mountains above a military encampment, a spy returned to his Hydra masters. The spy looked upon his commander, trembling with fear in every inch of his body. Before him he saw the merciless General Johann Schmidt. Schmidt was the right hand of the Führer. He had commanded armies in the Nazis' mad quest for supremacy. The man's tactical brilliance and stunning ingenuity were what earned him the first prototype of Hydra's recreation of the super soldier serum.
The Americans have no clue we are here. But we have lost another factory. Captain America and Bucky have robbed us of more precious resources. It is most disconcerting. How do we proceed, Herr Schmidt?
The spy's voice grew terrified as Schmidt turned around in his chair to reveal his face. His skin was blood red, his face bony, and his yellow eyes were sunken deep within his skull. The super soldier serum enhances what was already there. In Steve Rogers, good became great. But in Johann Schmidt, his ever-burning hate and rage would be strengthened so much by the serum, it burned his very face to the horrid visage standing before the spy. That is General Schmidt to you, Herr Strucker. Are you afraid, Herr Strucker? But this new face was useful to Hydra, for with him at its head, he struck fear into all those they faced, leading to the military dominance the Nazis had taken. But to those who followed him, they saw a symbol to worship. The Red Skull.
Nein, General. You are just more glorious in person.
Very well. Our attack will commence in due time. Baron Zemo may have failed, but I will not. The Red Skull will claim victory. After the spy asked, the Red Skull raised himself from his chair and grabbed a trinket from his desk, a pendant of the Iron Cross. As he clutched it, it seemed to glow with a power otherworldly. Quite simple. I have harnessed the powers of the gods. We have divinity on our side. We have might on our side. Therefore, we have right on our side. We will burn them all, and the world will bow beneath our feet. Zemo and Zola think that victory will be found with science, but they are wrong. The prattling handiwork of men is nothing in comparison to the beyond. We look to higher powers to achieve domination. That is how we will win. Now go. And leave me, you insolent worm!
Yes, my lord. I will depart at once. Hail Hydra!
In the corner of the room, a primitive computer fires to life, displaying the disapproving face of Baron Helmut Zemo the 13th. Zemo's face was now shrouded in a purple mask, covering the burns sustained in the burning of his castle. Though his voice was muffled, it cut with the same venom it always did.
Greetings, Herr Schmidt. Have you found the Ark of the Covenant yet? Or have you been left lacking?
You speak with such grandeur for a man whose home was destroyed by a propaganda piece and a child. Nice headsock, by the way.
He destroys us all, General. Why do you insist on making this so difficult for yourself? If we ally, we can destroy Captain America together. It will take a united force to take him down.
Nein! I do not need your pathetic science to kill one man. If Captain America is to be crushed under a boot, it will be mine.
You believe too hard in your own propaganda, Skull. You may be a symbol to them, but remember, you are only one man, and men bleed.
The only thing I believe in is power. True power. I have it. You do not. And that is why I shall never need your pitiful alliance.
As you wish, Herr Schmidt. But my offer stands. Hydra is more powerful united than severed, you know. And when a skull is chopped off, it still needs a body to regrow it.
Begone, Zemo. On the other side of the war, Peggy Carter was with Colonel Chester Phillips at the military base camp, commiserating over a pair of drinks. The two military officers had not always gotten along, but over the past 6 months, they had begun to work well together.
This war is getting stranger all the time. Super soldiers, crazy swordsmen, magic, and the works. We're just barely keeping up.
I think we owe our continued success to the late Dr. Erskine, and our Star-Spangled Man, of course.
I can admit it, Roger's a better soldier than a showman. I reckon him and Fury's boys are the best soldiers fighting in Europe.
I'd say he was damn good at both. The boys out there sure do fight harder when he's fighting with them.
That's the real magic at work, Carter. One man doesn't win a war. It's combined will of a united force. Captain America lets find their asses, but it'll be our troops which will win the war.
Well, either way, if we keep up with this progress, we can have this war over and done by next Christmas.
Hold your horses, Carter. One win at a time.
Agent Carter raised a glass.
To winning the war.
Amen to that.
Get down, sir!
Meanwhile, Captain America and Bucky were on a transport chopper returning to base. Barnes was flipping through the latest comics he could get, while Rogers sketched himself and Bucky facing down the dastardly Baron Helmut Zemo.
What are you reading there, Buck?
New issue of Mystic Comics. Another adventure for the Thin Man.
Thin Man? Sounds intriguing.
Bucky gestured over to Steve and pointed at what he was reading. Steve looked down and admired the strange illustrations.
He's a man who stretches his body to fight. Wish we had something like that on our side.
I wouldn't expect to see anything like that anytime soon. Hold on, boys! We're getting an emergency transmission from Agent Carter. Peggy, what happened?
Steve! Phineas, are you there?
I'm here, Peggy. What is it?
Captain? Captain Hydra's here! They're attacking us at base camp. They caught us off guard. Our scouts never saw them coming.
Me and Bucky will be there as soon as possible. Dr. Horton, we're better get moving fast. I'll captain my captain!
I don't know about you, Cap, but I'm ready for another fight.
As the helicopter closed in on the battle's location, Captain America and Bucky prepared for another fight alongside one another.
Cap, please tell me you're gonna let me see more action this time. I want to fight the Ratsies like the rest of the soldiers.
I will. But stick with me, Bucky. You heard Peggy. Hydra may not be the best on defense, but when they attack, it's a hell of a storm. The Red Skull is their leader. Shield said that he's as ruthless as he is cunning. Be careful when you see him.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'm ready.
Dr. Horton, fly out here and call for backup. We'll buy you as much time as you need. You ready for the drop, Bucky?
Sir, yes, sir.
3, 2, 1.
Captain America and Bucky jumped from the chopper. While the captain made a straight swan dive down to Earth, Bucky seemed to dance in the air, relishing every second as he cascaded down like a sycamore seed.
I love this, Cap! This is awesome!
Now, Bucky! All right, Buck, let's move.
Woohoo! Come on, Cap. Let's go kick some rats you can. We have a fight to win.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the rubble, the Red Skull continued his mindless slaughter. He stood at the center of the battlefield, surrounded by hundreds of Hydra goons, marching in like mindless drones. Schmidt clutched his iron cross. The power flowing from it enchanted his soldiers, filling them all with berserker rage. It made them fiercer to fight, but with no self-preservation. Any allied soldier who dared to shoot him would have their bullets intercepted by a Hydra drone dying for his general. The Red Skull cared not for their lives. All that mattered was the conquest. On this day, Hydra will stand as the master of the world, born to victory on the wings of the Valkyrie. Our enemies shall be helpless against us. If they cut off one head, two more shall take its place. As the Red Skull slowly advanced to the heart of the base, he could see small bunches of his soldiers fall in the distance. Hydra's drones were dropping like flies, and as they fell, the Allied forces began to rise. And, like a shining beacon, Captain America stood amongst the soldiers, a true sentinel of liberty.
Ain't we glad to see you, big man?
It's always a pleasure to fight beside you, dum-dum. All right, men, charge!
And while the Allied soldiers fought fiercer, they still had their hearts. And with Captain America leading the charge, his shield taking bullets for them. Eventually, he made his way to Red Skull, and the symbols would finally clash.
So, you're the Red Skull I've heard so much about.
Ah, the famed Captain America. You have finally made your showing. You may as well surrender now, boy. I have already crippled this base and many others. Your little rally will die down soon. My power will destroy anyone who does not submit to Hydra's might. To my might.
You're wrong, Skull! I can do this all day. So can they.
Ah, the classic American arrogance. You will fall, like all the rest.
I don't think so.
Captain America threw his mighty shield to his sidekick, and Barnes caught it, while Rogers charged at the Red Skull. Captain America threw his mighty shield to his sidekick, and Barnes caught it, while Rogers charged at the Red Skull. Bucky then smacked the Red Skull with it, making him drop his gun. With that, Captain America, Bucky, and the Red Skull leapt into battle for the first time, but not the last. Why do you continue here, Captain? You will always lose. No simpleton with a shield, no mere child can stand against me. I have harnessed the powers of the gods. I am the symbol of supremacy which keeps the gears of Hydra turning. I will become the master of this world.
You're no god, Skull. You're just a bully who's bought into his own hype.
You bear a flag on your chest and think you wage a war of nations? But I have seen the future. He, the dread Lord, has shown it to me. There are no flags except for mine. Hydra reigns, and I am the supreme one.
I don't care about the dreams of a madman. I don't fight for my future. I fight for the people's. For those who can't fight for themselves. That's what you'll never understand, Skull!
The battle was hard fought. While Steve was a brawler and Bucky was more of an acrobat, the Red Skull fought with pure martial discipline. He had both the strength and the skill to outmatch both of them. In the ensuing scuffle, the Skull grabbed Bucky by the throat and hurled him like a rag doll straight into Captain America, sending them both toppling to the ground.
Bucky, are you alright?
I'm fine. Okay, not fine. Wait, where's your shield?
On impact, Captain America's shield had slipped off his arm, and before the Skull's feet, he picked it up and briefly admired it. No more flags, Captain. No more flags! And with a mighty roar, the Red Skull tears Captain America's shield in half like it was made of cardboard.
No! Are you afraid, Captain?
Bucky, get out of here!
All war is won by the strength of one man. All else is either a mere accessory or a liability. Your boy is both. Now we fight on even terms. No boys. No! A grenade explodes at the Skull's feet. Schmidt was able to use his iron cross to make a force field for himself and was left unscathed. But as the dust settled, the Colonel and Agent Carter arrived with backup, with Horton in the helicopter flying above them. And with the rallied soldiers, they demolished Hydra's forces and had the Red Skull surrounded.
Surrender now! We have you surrounded!
Boy, am I glad to see you, Peggy.
It's always a pleasure to fight beside you, Steve. All right, boys, lock him down!
What is this madness? A Fräulein on the field of battle? The Allied nations must be getting truly desperate to allow this absurdity.
Oh, this was everybody's war! I was needed, so I answered the call!
You fools! Great power will always baffle primitive men. That is why you resist. Your dependence on each other makes you weak. Humanity craves submission under one rule, but it is too afraid to accept what is good for it. One day, you will see the truth. The Colonel stepped forward and fired at the skull. It pierced the madman's shoulder, and he let out a howl of pain.
Power's fine and dandy, Rojo, but wars aren't won with power. The wars are won because of our spirit. We'll never surrender. It's the very thing that makes us human. We will win this war because we have the best men, and they'll just keep getting better.
The Red Skull clutched his cross in one hand, and a pistol apparated into the other.
Oh, I've been shot. Colonel! Ah!
Captain America leapt towards the Red Skull and tackled him to the ground. He then began savagely beating Schmidt with his bare hands. The Red Skull looked around and saw that his soldiers were dead or incapacitated. The battle was lost, but the Red Skull formed a twisted smile. Until we meet again, Herr Captain. Clutching his iron cross one more time. The Red Skull disappeared into red energy. A raspy, choked laugh still taunting the captain. Captain America and Agent Carter ran to their fallen comrades.
Light the fire. Win the war. We will, sir.
Colonel Chester Phillips was sent back to the States and buried days later. The soldiers had a small memorial for him and the other dead as well. Steve knelt at Colonel Phillips' old army truck in his tent. He silently and stoically mourned the man who saved his life. If the Red Skull could always have that gun, Steve was as good as dead. If it weren't for the Colonel's bravery, Captain America would have died. During this, Bucky approached Agent Carter while Steve mourned the dead.
You know, you really ought to talk to him.
What do you mean?
Don't mess with me, Agent. I'm not dumb. I know you like him. I see it when you two talk together. And I think you need someone there for him right now.
Why don't you do it?
Steve's kind of like a dad, or like a big brother or something to me. If I try to comfort him, he's going to be all Captain America to me. Keep it buried for my sake. I'm fine with that, but I need someone who can just be Steve Rogers around.
I may be fond of Steve, but I assure you our relationship is strictly professional.
Sure, Agent, but between you and me, I think he's free this Saturday. Don't miss your shot.
Thank you, Bucky.
And so, Peggy Carter walked into Phillips' tent behind Steve. She placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. A simple gesture, but an assurance that he wasn't alone.
Hold on. I'll miss him too. But, he went down a good man. We'll keep fighting to honor his memory. Today, we can just remember him. You can just grieve.
Thank you.
In the end, war is not only won by strength or cunning, but by the ability to connect with others, to be human, to work as a united front.
Co-written by Connor Dillworth and Henry Longfellow. Directed by John Keller. Connor Dillworth as Captain America and Phineas Horton. Grayson Luther as Bucky. Thomas Barker as Uatu and the Red Skull. Zoey Bear as Peggy Carter. John Keller as Colonel Phillips. Dominic M.R. Trevino, Connor Dillworth, and Thomas Barker all play various Hydra grunts.